I don't. It's like one of the bold. Welcome, Jerry. Welcome, Final 3. Congratulations, Final 3, on making it this far in the game. You have made it farther than anyone else here. Now, in just a moment, you each will get a chance to address the jury with an opening statement on why you think you deserve to win.
Hi guys! I played this game 3 times and I've learned something from every single time I've played, and that's what I credit getting this far to. The first time I made it to the top 5 and me and Nora O'Gunley were the underdogs that entire game, and it was scrambling for our lives to get where we need to go. So I know how that game is played, and I know that's not how I want to play. I get to the next game, I'm Final 7, and I played that game by making big moves. So I knew that making big moves makes you a target, and that's not what you need to do. I get to this game and I'm like, this is my final game, this is what I want to do, is win! So I take into account what I've done, and I'm like, I don't want to be a big player, I don't want to scramble, I want to be on the right side of the numbers, and I want to do things that progress me in the game. There are people who play hard, play fast, and you get them out as fast as you can, like we did. And then it was great for the rest of us. I don't go back on my word, I stayed loyal to everyone, and I'm just adaptable. I adapted to every situation, I was always on the right side of the numbers, and I think that's it.
Okay, so basically, if we're talking about our series of events here at Survivor, last year I obviously played it very safe. I was happy to take the fall when I knew people wanted it more than I did, and I knew I could go out with a big play and at least help somebody out. And that's how I liked to take the first part of this game, for sure, because I saw people that were in power, and I saw the people that were going to be out of here within 2 seconds. And I worked my hardest for that to not actually happen to a lot of people. It does get confusing, it does get rough, but I did try to keep a positive attitude and always remind people that I am here to have fun. I loved this experience, and I still love all of you, and winning would just be kind of like the dopest thing in the world because I did it with a nice, happy attitude. And I really respect you all, and I thank you for not hating me.
So yeah, I was kind of a last minute addition to this game. I was like, I just want to have a really fucking good time playing Survivor. So I made a loincloth and I was like, I'm gonna sleep outside. I didn't think about mosquitoes or anything like that. I came here with the knowledge that I would be one of the first people voted out. But what happened was I came here with a group of really good friends who were strong veterans of this game, who honestly I had no idea how this game worked coming into it, and they taught me everything about like how this is gonna go, how that's gonna go. So I do certainly, you know, a tree's got to credit its roots, and I definitely go back to, you know, who I came with on day 1 definitely shaped me into the player that I am. I am new here. You know, I haven't been striving for this as long as, you know, Steven and Michael have been, you know, in the game and ready to win. But I think no matter what, I came here and I accomplished my mission, because once this vote is over, I can go inside.
So all of Ponderosa pretty much knows that Steven and Michael had a pre-game alliance with Lucas and Jillian. So based on that, why should you win over Sam? And Sam, you're welcome to answer that the reverse as well.
We discussed things, but going into the game already, we knew that we were going to be targets as the 4 of us. I made a strong effort to stay away from Steven until it was time. And I think I did a pretty good job of staying honest with the teams that I was on until the merge. I did work with him, and I definitely looked for some guidance for sure, but it came down to numbers after the merge. I mean, we had a plan and we thought it would be cool if it were to work out, but once we were near the end, it was kind of obvious that things maybe weren't going to fall that way. And then other things started to work in our direction.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us who come here with friends are like, wouldn't it be so cool if me and this person made it to the finals? And that's like things that all 5 of us have discussed, Lucas, Jillian, and Sam also. We were like, wouldn't that just be the coolest thing? And then never in your dreams do you think it can actually happen. But the thing is, like, we got to a point where we saw that it could happen, and that was like during the, I think, final tribe swap, and we were like, let's take this. Like, if it's something that we can ride, let's ride it, because these are people I want to play with, these are people that I would like to see in the end, so why not make it happen?
So Congratulations, you three. I'm so proud of you. My question is actually for Sam. Stephen and Michael, I love you both, and had I gotten to play more, I would have loved to work with both of you. I wanted to know what your advantage was that was in the envelope, and why did you decide not to use it?
The advantage I didn't play is a vote steal advantage, which would have meant I had to play it before the final 5, and it would have allowed me to steal
At the final 5 was.
Oh yeah, at the final 5, I could have stolen anyone's vote, and they wouldn't be allowed to vote, and I'd be allowed to cast 2 ballots. I honestly, I really didn't like being the one to press the button in this game.
Don't really have a question, more of a statement. Thank you guys for a good game. Like, that was a lot of fun. Also, thank you to Ponderosa and you guys as well for not being like shitty about the game or anything like that. Just like keeping it together, and glad to know that I'm amongst friends that I can play with and like still be friends with. So it was a lot of fun.
A question that I guess can go to all 3 of you, or I suppose more to Michael and Steven. How do you think your power moves and your strong alliance has affected your standing? I mean, obviously, like, it affected your standing in the game as you were sitting here as the final 3. But how do you think, or how would you like your power moves and kind of the big alliances that you made and that we all saw very obviously to be seen by Ponderosa?
Well, I think, like, all our moves, like, we did what needed to be done to progress us, and I know it can be frustrating once it comes out that, like, 2 people are like, I don't really care, like, I'll go out, like, when you need me to. Like, that can be frustrating for you guys, but also I feel like if you, like, for example, like, Irene, if you needed something done the first day and knew Irene wanted to be out the first day, why not get Irene on as a number and be like, here, play this, and then we know you're going to be out the first day and you're done. So it's like, I knew that Lucas didn't want to stay in the game that long, and Jillian didn't want to stay in the game that long, so if they're there, why would I not be like, you guys want to help out as long as you can because you want to leave day 2, and like, that's okay.
I think a lot of it also comes down to respect. Like, I know that I had to play some moves, you know, that I wasn't really happy with the decision, but if it's how I wanted it to go, then that's how it was going to be. And that can be taken as two-sided, two-faced, or whatever, but I appreciate everyone here and tried to make sure that everyone knew that I was having a very nice time and was not meaning to make anything personal.
If you had the plan to become like the top 5, how then was it going to be decided who got to go to Final Tribal Council and who didn't get to go to Tribal Council?
Once things started getting down to like the wire, I did freak out, and I started to feel some guilt because I could see all what everybody was perceiving, and I was like, that really wasn't the goal. Like, yes, it's cool, it's great, but as I started to see people being like, oh, this is a friends race, I freaked out, and I was like, you know what? If Logan wants to be here, you know, then I'll just, you know, get on out. But it came down to the point that I had worked so well with these people for so long that it made sense to only continue. And we talked about numerous different options as to what would actually go down or how it would go down. And if it didn't go the right way, who would step up to the plate and just not be a bitch and screw us over? I mean, it really was conversational. It wasn't like, well, I want to win, so let me win. You know, like, it wasn't that.
And it wasn't like it was the end all either, because there was a chance with the Ricky vote, like, I was voting Lucas. Lucas was going home that vote until the 3 girls, Melanie, Maddie, and Morgan, were like, we could also get Ricky. And I was like, all right, let's play with that. And then it happened. So it wasn't like, this is how it's going to be, and I will not rest until it happens.
I think all 3 of the people up here are very subtle players, and they played really strongly and really subtly the entire time in, I think, 3 very different ways. I mean, which I think is just impressive. And if you think about the way the game needs to be played, having someone who can quietly move pieces around on a chessboard is exactly what you want from your survivor.
So certainly DJ, Rebecca, and I had our alliance. A lot of us in Ponderosa are curious because DJ, Rebecca, and I formed the alliance once Fire was together. The 3 of us got there and we said, all right, let's do this. And then I went separately with DJ and said, ride or die, you and I. if this game is a 100-meter race, and we start off at the go, do you think, and all I want is a yes or no from all three of you, is it fair to have started alliances before the gun went off? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it fair? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
To start an alliance before the gun went off? No.
Thank you.
So I think that we have all focused really hard on the alliance that was formed beforehand, but I think that that's what got them to the final three, and I think we can acknowledge that it worked this time. So with that being said, I think we should consider how the game was played. So I guess my question to you guys is what separates you from each other and how you played the games and what differentiated yourselves?
For me, it was just it was hard for me to not make big moves like last game because I saw big moves got results, but it didn't get me to the end. So this time I was making sure that I was communicating to every person. I was making sure that I didn't go back on my word to anyone as much as I could. So it was just honesty, and I played the game. I'd won challenges, and last game I didn't win a single immunity challenge. I don't know how many I won this time, but I won at least one. And I was pivotal in challenges, and I was like, this is how I want to play. And I was making sure that I was on the right side of the numbers, and if that meant that I had to flip on a little bit, I would.
I guess what would maybe separate me out of it is that I, was able to get through a lot while being able to not be in charge, but bring ideas to more of the group that hopefully gave a better idea of what they all wanted. And I think that's how I tried to play it.
I never made the big moves. I wasn't the one always calling the shots. That being said, a lot of times the shot I would have called was the shot called out to me. It didn't matter who I was going to talk to right after a challenge was done. I always spoke my mind and said my first impression, and almost every vote I voted with my first impression of who I thought should go home.
To me, it feels like Steven and Michael played like snakes in the grass, where none of us saw it coming. It felt like you all knew what the game was and were playing it from the beginning. You know what I mean? You knew exactly who you had to talk to. You would lie and do whatever you got to do to get there, and that's awesome because you're here. That's what I'm saying. Sam, it felt like, I don't want to say you floated. You got by. And my question is, which strategy do you feel like is the most effective versus? I mean, how do you feel?
I feel if I came back to the game, clearly I think. I know what would work, and not necessarily making the big moves, but joining the big move group is, I would use that next time. And I mean, to my credit, I won 3 challenges and got second and a 4th today, and so it was tough because at one point in the day I was thinking I don't want to just get somewhere out of circumstance, and because I hadn't won a challenge yet, and when I won my first challenge, it really felt good, but coming back, I would do the same thing they're doing. I mean, they've played the game before, they know how it works, and it does work.
As you were speaking about strategy, Steven, about you can't necessarily play the big moves to get ahead in the game if you want to make it all the way, because it does put a target on your back. As someone that I hope that I helped making those big moves throughout the game, I just want to know from each of you individually what you think your biggest move was throughout the game, either politically through the games or the most important challenge that you won.
I honestly, it happened in a split second, but I think the best thing I could have done was in that tribal council with Ricky. Chris was ready to go to the votes, and I was like, no, we've had all this discussion. Is it going to change anything? And then that led to 3 more minutes of people talking, and that led to you staying. And without my alliance that I had, that I could have been gone with you. You could have went, and then I could have been easily next.
I think I set myself up pretty well after we moved into the second team. I was paired up with Ricky and DJ and you and Melanie and Maddie. And as we were moving along, I could see that there were some guys, taking charge of challenges and strategy, and I wanted to get in there. And in order to do that, I had to think of numbers. And so once hearing DJ, talk about how he wanted to get out the girls, I knew that we had 2 girls on the team that did not want to leave. And so I went over to them, said my piece, like, do you want to stay? Do you want to work? Because if we're doing this for a second, it's going to be one of you, another one of you, and then I'm probably next.
I think the biggest move I made was not playing the vote steal. And that's sad that my biggest move is abstaining, but yeah, abstinence is a big move.
First, I just wanted to say it was so much fun playing with you. I know, Steven, we talked about how last year, we were in it towards the end, and then the next day we realized we never talked to each other that whole game.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but now we're here and we had fun, and I'm glad that you guys are in the top 3. I guess I don't really have a lot to say. I just want to ask Sam why I should give you a vote.
I don't know, honestly. I just had fun, and I did not expect to get to a point where I would have to tell someone why they should vote for me.
Like you were saying, what's being said a lot. I think you helped people stay in the game longer, and you helped to kind of make it more fair, I guess, or just give people a chance that they maybe wouldn't have had. Were you doing that primarily to help those people, or were you doing that primarily
to benefit myself? Was really not the point of this at all, which is why I was so excited that I was still here, because I'm open. If anybody's mad at me, please come talk to me and I'll apologize. It was more about, I had so much fun last year and I got out, not too early, but I saw that the way it was going and I was like, you know what, I want to see what new people are going to bring and what that can do. And I think it did change a lot of things, because I don't feel comfortable in a masculinely dominated game. That's just not where I'm going to sit well with, and that's fine, because it's not necessarily how it was going, but at that time, that's what I was reading.
So I put myself last for a reason. I came into this Final Tribal Council not having any idea who I wanted to vote for, and I thought that maybe the questions and answers would determine a decision for myself, but I still have no clue. I see 3 elements out in front of me, but I see one team that's made it to the end. And so I guess my question is asking for help. Each of you, who should I vote for? What's your name?
Me. TBH, when it came down to the ending, I really appreciated what Steven was feeling for Morgan, and it was kind of what I wanted to feel also. And the things that he had held towards me and the things that he held towards other people, and being a good contender, I would vote for Steven.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a charm to having the new guy win, and that would be really cool. Obviously, I'd love to win. If I was voting for the one up here who played the game actively the hardest.
So, friendships aren't going to save you in the woods. Integrity isn't going to save you in the woods. And all 3 of those people have those traits anyway. So to the person who literally sat out in a fucking hammock and got bitten by bugs relentlessly for the past 2 days, I wouldn't have been able to do it, so right on. Could have done anything else those other guys did, but Sam, you really kicked ass.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that you did, but far and above the other 2, you played the best game. So you are my choice for Survivor.
Sam and Steven, I really appreciated your guys' alliances / #friendship. And it was fun playing the game with you guys. So originally I was between you 2, but Michael, you sold yourself really well and you played a really smart game, so then I was also leaning towards you. But then when you said to vote for Steven, I had to take you out if you weren't going to say for yourself. So that vote went towards Steven. And Sam, I would vote for you, but you did admit to coasting a little bit, and it was your first game and you made it so far, which is awesome. But when you did have a little bit of a learning curve and did have a little bit of help with that, Steven's played it 3 times. Finally nailed it his 3rd time, and voting for Steven. Good job, guys.
Oh! Okay, so I'm voting this person because for many reasons. I don't want to vote Steven because I don't feel as if he played with a lot of integrity, and he admitted to even not playing with some integrity. I'm not voting for Sam because I can't vote for the GOAT in good conscience, because I love this game and I want to see some power moves, so I will be voting for Michael. Team Earth. Take it all the way.
Well, I greatly appreciated Steven's honesty with answering the fairness question that I posed. If for no other reason than camping outside for 2 days when all of us lived in luxury, I use luxury very lightly. Sam has no vote.
I was going to vote for Michael because he personally helped me out the most. But then Michael said he would vote for Steven, and I know that Steven did for a lot of other people the same thing that Michael did for me. So I think any of them I would be happy with.
Yo, some of the things people said up there, I was so angry. I was angry because certain people were taking responsibility for other people being in the final 3. And so I'm gonna give it to who I think was the best, was simultaneously the best person and the best survivor in the group. And I think that was Michael fucking Red.
The name I'm gonna write down is gonna be the winner of Survivor, because he played the best game. He played strategically. Sam didn't try and sway me, and he didn't try and win my vote. Michael played an amazing game, love him to death, but I think the ultimate survivor of Lake House should be Steven, because he played a kick-ass game, and he was loyal to the end, and I loved it. Love you, Steven. You should win.
Well, it's not who I wanted to end up in the top 3, but out of who is there, I think this person just played the most honest game. We're all good players, but this is the true survivor. Congratulations to all of you.
So here's the thing. All of Ponderosa originally was like, we're gonna vote Sam. Then like watching, I was like, I should vote Michael because he did play a better game, and I'm a huge Survivor fan, and I don't want to just vote for Sam because it was like the easy thing to do, and what they did was shitty because Sam was technically in on it too, and we just didn't know that he was in the car. I think I said it wrong, but whatever. Michael, Team Earth, till the end.
Everything seems to be going exactly how I wanted it to. So I'm casting my vote for who I saw taking the cake ever since our really joining an alliance. I knew who I wanted for the top 3. They're all there. And after we bickered over it the first time, I knew who I wanted to win, and it seems as if we've strategically put the right people in against him to make sure that he does win. So, I hope that you get this. Love you, bud. You're my best friend.
I'm back. Fan favorite, Chris Consol coming back. Yeah, it was H2 over for me, but I'm fucking in it now, motherfucker. And yeah, I've had a few things to drink, but I'm fucking ready. Just kidding. I didn't do that. I'm gonna vote. I'll pick that one up. Oh god. Oh man, this guy is, I think, oh fuck. Yeah, that's how you spell it. This guy, I think, earned it. I think he is the little finger of the game. I think he played the game without like really playing. Like he knew what was going on, but like fucked people over. God, I'm rambling. Jesus, they're not going to use any of this. I feel really bad. Chris Console out. It's hashtag H2OVA.
So, my final tribal council question didn't really help me. I still want to vote for Sam, but I'm still iffy with Michael. I want to vote for him. They're all the same, but the final tribal council, they all said vote for Steven. So, I've got marbles right here. Green, Earth, Michael. Red, Fire, Steven. Blue, Water, Sam. Put these in the bag. Not gonna load. Steven. Good job, buddy.
Come with me. No, this isn't the way. Welcome to the final tribal council. Reading of the votes. Final three, you may sit. Now, remember, these votes are for a winner. The person with the most votes wins Survivor Battle of the Elements. Thank you for an amazing season. Now, I'll read the votes. First vote, Sam. One vote, Sam. Michael. One vote, Michael. One vote, Sam. Steven. One vote, Steven. One vote, Michael. One vote, Sam. Sam. You got two votes, Sam. Michael. You got two votes, Michael. Two votes, Sam. Steven. You're tied. 2 each. Sam. That's 3 votes, Sam. Michael. 3 votes Michael, 3 votes Sam. We got a 3-way tie. Steven, Michael, and Sam.
Jokes about it.
Michael. We got 4 votes Michael. Michael. It's gonna be 5 votes Michael, so 3 votes Sam and Steven. Steven. You've got 4 votes Steven, 5 votes Michael, 1 vote Sam. 3 votes Sam. 1 vote left. We've got the tie. In the event of a tie,
oh my God!
I need Sam to come with me right now and cast the deciding vote. No discussion, no talking. Come with me. You guys stay here. I have the vote for the winner. The winner of Survivor Battle of the Elements is Steven.
And your check for $1 million is gonna be in the mail.
Oh my God, I did. I was not ready for this. My vote is literally deciding. This is the toughest thing I've ever done. I've been so impressed by both of them. I'm gonna go back to the one who I saw really come through when he decided to vote against our alliance, and he warned Morgan ahead of time because she was one of my favorites. So Steve and I really think you deserve to win this. I love you both.
Guys, I didn't even know. I was so nervous, and this is honestly just like a blessing. I can't tell you, like, this really does mean a lot to me, so thank you to everyone who voted. And it was such an even playing field that I can't, it's just, to be tied with Michael was like great, and like to win is amazing, but just knowing that we were like on that even playing field, I was honestly worried. I was like, I just hope they think I did something. I hope I get at least like 1 or 2. But I'm so excited, and honestly, I am tired, and right now my mind is saying, you are never playing another Survivor, because I don't think your little body can handle it, but who knows what will happen when we play again. But thank you so much. Love ya all. Love ya all!
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yeah. I feel like this game wasn't played with integrity, so I'm gonna vote something that I believe should be voted because he's the only one with integrity. Here, yeah, have some fun. It should be Jeff that wins, not anyone on the thing, cause they don't deserve it. La 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 la.
Okay.